I'm trying to go. And welcome to episode 222 of The Healed Crip, the serialized adventures of Normie Ted in his secret identity. The Healed Crip is the superhero. And I'm coming at you with some insights and observations and questions, quite frankly, from life in a wheelchair. So I'm in my Normie Ted outfit that looks very similar to the Normie Ted outfit that I wore yesterday. Don't get distracted by that. And the thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight is the fact that there's some stuff. Sometimes I can't join in on stuff that's going on in the other room because it's a hassle for me to get to that other room, either because I'm stuck in the wheelchair and I can't get there, or I'm not in the wheelchair yet and I gotta get in the wheelchair to get over to it. So I gotta think through the options of how to get out of the bed or the chair that I'm in over into the wheelchair for me to move down to where the action's happening. And as Normie Ted, I don't have a way to do that. I can't do it myself, doggone it. So I got to think through the logistics of who do I ask to help me. And, to my mind, it disrupts the flow of them having a spontaneous, fun moment that I'd love to join in on, that I feel like I would disrupt the spontaneity by uh by uh by asking someone to help or call out the fact that I'm not in the spontaneous moment, and could they move it down to where I was. So I find myself thinking through, do I ask someone, if someone offered to do it, to move me, would I decline the offer just so they didn't miss out on the spontaneous stuff going on? So I think about all those things, and I'm not sure how else to think about those as a in my situation. So I'm stuck I'm wheelchair bound. I'm not stuck. I'm going through it. But I'm in a wheelchair. I'm in a bed. I have to use a Hoyer lift to move from the bed to the chair, and I can't do that alone. So it's not something I can do by myself right now, and it could take a while before I can do it solo. So let's hear from the heel Crip, the superhero that I embody, and see what he has to say about this situation. Okay, I don't have a budget for special effects, so pretend that there's special effects going on right now. Beep bop boop, beep bop boop, beep. Special effects. Special effects, special effects, special effects. I should remember the greatest American hero song. Greatest American hero
I'll sing it
song.
too.
Oh, okay. Go
No,
ahead.
not
My
but
producer
I
seems to
love
remember
that
it.
song.
So this is the heel Crip. The heel Crip is my street name for the guy that's cool and the superhero that's also in a wheelchair. And he sometimes has really good ideas about how to deal with it.
always.
And always has good ideas, and sometimes they're legal. And so I think you gotta, you gotta let people do for you, man. People are out there willing to do for you, and you're turning them down. And people want to do for you. They want to move that conversation. They just didn't even think about it. They didn't know you wanted to be in the conversation. They didn't know you were awake to be in the conversation. They'd love to move it. You gotta let people do for you. People offer to move you in the chair, throw you in the chair so you can join the conversation, and you don't let them. You got to let people do for you, man. That's the first thing I got to tell you. And the next thing is, start the conversation yourself. Don't let it uh, start spontaneously somewhere else. But I don't know. That's a long term thing. Is to be, a spontaneous conversation starter. That's a long term strategy. But that's a hard skill to master, but that's one that you can master. And then the conversation comes to you or starts with you. It's not you being the center of attention, but you fostering and being a ripe place for those spontaneous conversations to take place. You ask engaging questions, and and you actively listen, makes those spontaneous, robust conversations more likely to take place. That's a real skill that you can learn. So those are my two superhero powers that I bring to bear: active listening, spontaneous outbound questions and conversations and stuff, and letting people do for you, doggone it. Believe them when they say it's no big deal, and they'd love to do it. Perhaps they really would love to do it. And then, my evil twin is a guy named the Wheeled Whacker, and he's the guy with the with the billy club, still in a wheelchair, but he'll hit you over the head with his traffic cone or his traffic flag.
You mean like
And
you're Slim Shady?
he's the real Slim Shady man. And he'd probably uh, beat people till they came and got him, which doesn't bode well for continuing the conversation. It'll drive it further away so people don't get beat. And as usual, his solutions are short term. They might be short term viable, but long term, uh, they don't bear the right fruit that he wants to manifest. If you'll allow me to church talk for a second, so I wouldn't advocate for that. The wheeled whacker solution of whacking them with the traffic flag. But your results may vary. I think long term, you got to think about it long term. But that's the view from my chair where I'm at today. And I'm the healed Crip because I'm not staying here. I'm Crip right now, uh, but I'm not staying here. I'm going through it. So that's I'm one day I'm gonna walk again. I'm not sure if it's this side of the dirt or that side of the dirt. That's none of my business, man.
Oh, it's all of my business.
That's all of
You
your
don't even
business.
know. Are you freaking kidding me? Like this side or that side?
My producer
Wait,
is
are you
chiming in.
freaking kidding me? We need to make sure that you and I are squarely solidly on the same page, Mr. Stibbers. We've been here before, and I'm telling you what, you can't be you can't be ready for this or that. You need to be ready for this.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
I'm
does not
totally ready
include
for this. But
no, like walking on the other side. Because you know what? It doesn't matter. We are just literally gonna go down, and no matter what happens, you know, who's going to laugh at you because you have the most faith that no matter what anything and everything says about your situation, if we haven't been schooled in this, if this was like a science experiment in faith and we're scratching our head, we're like, wait, hold on. It's documented. It's friggin' documented. It is documented how you just, it's documented melanoma. It's documented at Stanford University. It's documented, I mean, it's documented with Julia Nelson. It's documented with Young. It's documented with a neurologist called nitrous fucking oxide poisoning, which I work at a dentist's office, and I can't even believe that you and I have not done a public service announcement to that whole shenanigans. Could you imagine just saving one? Like this is where I get a real profound understanding, because I have literally fought against, like, just, if I could only just change one person's life. And I was like, oh my God, if you have a chance to ask, like, why would it just be one? Like, don't mess with just one. And profoundly, are you live? Oh my God,
Yes, I'm live.
I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. One. If you were just gonna change one person's life, there is one situation and scenario in everything that we've ever been through together, that if I could save one person's life from going through what happened in those 3 weeks after nitrous oxide poisoning, and how our life, we were planning this trip, we were like literally, our lives are crazy.
So
Like literally how nitrous oxide poisoning affect your mind, your spirit. You're like, literally, it was such a lie. That was the
that was
scariest.
crazy.
That was the scariest. Every night I would go to sleep and pray that you would wake up. You.
I need you to pause right there. I need power for my phone. So I need you to find power for my phone.
As a producer,
As
I
a
feel like I
producer,
think it.
thank you. Thank you. And hopefully it's still on. Yeah, so that's a much longer conversation. So we need to power
I
up.
don't know where that came from.
Hey,
First time.
whoop, whoop, whoop. It
How
goes
exciting
here.
you're alive. Oh my God. Can I just tell you, when I was looking at you over there, I was so freaking distracted.
Yeah, I'm still live there.
No, wait,
Oh,
this
wait.
came out and you're only
Yeah.
1%, but I'm telling you what, like, oh my God, you are so, like, I was just so distracted.
Okay,
Like,
leave that there. Just right there. Okay, good. Okay.
the things that you were saying and how you were saying it. Oh my God. There was a time that,
Okay.
my God,
So
sounds like crazy. Like, I'm just like,
I'm still live, Bear. I'm still live. I'm still live. So my producer has it hot for me. Let the record show, and she's also very adept at keeping my utilities working. Hopefully the power stayed on, so we stayed broadcasting. That was my intention, anyway. So I was talking about one thing. She was brought up to, all the different attacks that we've had, and one that stands out is nitrous oxide poisoning, which is a real thing and presents itself like early onset dementia or MS. And I had that. I had nitrous oxide poisoning from a dental visit. And she researched it and went to battle for me in the ER against the whole panel of doctors until the neurologist came in and agreed with her that it was probably nitrous oxide poisoning, and resolved it with just a B12 shot. So we need to do a whole session on that, and this doesn't qualify as that session, but that was it in a nutshell. And she brings it up for a good point, and her point, I think, was, I'm saying, this side of the dirt or the other side of the dirt, I'm gonna walk. I'm talking about I'm the healed Crip, and I'm gonna be, I believe I'm gonna walk. I believe I'm gonna walk on this side of the dirt, but I know I'm gonna walk on this side of the dirt or that side of the dirt. So, that's none of my business. But I know I'm getting healed, and uh, I have faith that I'm going to be healed and walking on this side of the dirt, to be clear. And she was making sure that I was clear about that. That's what we're faithing for. And, she took wanted to make sure that was crystal clear. And that's why she jumped in when she jumped in. Thank you, producer Stacy.
I've got myself together and under control, but I'm really sorry.
Yeah, she's lighting lighter for me in the control room in support, and I hope that it's not going to set off the sprinkler system in our high tech studios. That would be hard to explain. It wouldn't be hard to explain. That would be a fun story. Just another fun story. Life is just a bunch of fun stories that knit together. A bunch of stories that knit together, and they can either be fun stories and you laugh about them, or down stories and you frown about them and you lament them and stuff like that. It's your choice how you deal with the stories that you presented. Your life is a story. Yeah, you're a storyteller, and you got to tell the story the way that you want to tell the story, and no matter what kind of story you're presented, you can tell it with a grin or not a grin, with hope or not hope, with woe is me or oh my god, isn't that sucky, or sarcasm, or whatever, with a smile, with hope, with whatever. It's your choice how you present your story. It's your story. It's no one else's story to tell. It's your story, doggone it. But how you tell it is yours as well. And that's even more important than what the story is. So, how you tell the story and how you spin the story and how you talk about the story, I think is almost as important as what the story itself is. Producer Stacy, what do you agree, or are you distracted?
I'm totally, literally so like you got me so fired up. Like I can't think about anything but ravishing you right now. So I don't even know, but I agree. I love everything.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the
I
broadcast
love
short
where this is going.
based on that
I
feedback.
love everything about
Based on
it.
that feedback, we're gonna have
Like,
to cut this short.
I'm
And
just like you are
wish
like
me luck,
a
everybody.
sexy, like to the bone. Like I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by you.
My
I
producer's
miss
distracted, but still,
you.
we're on the air live still, thanks to you. So, but I'm gonna end it here. That's what I wanted to come online and talk about is, so there's a spontaneous conversation down the way. Do you have stuff short term to deal with it and long term to deal with it? And the long term stuff is the more important, I think, and that is, being an active listener and making those spontaneous conversations that are entertaining and stuff more likely to happen around you. And that holds true whether you're in a wheelchair or a non wheelchair. if you're lucky enough to be in a wheelchair or if you're just in a regular old ugly chair. Me, I'm in a high tech red Corvette red racing chair with I have to wax my chair, and I got six wheels. You don't have a cool chair like that. I got a wicked cool chair, man, and I'm happy to brag about it, and I'm thankful for it. But even if you're in a normal chair, I won't explain if it flies or not. That's up to you to imagine that. But imagine, if you're in a regular old chair, boring, you still have that decision to make. You can make spontaneous, fun conversations more likely to happen around you, and that's totally a you decision. So I'm gonna climb down off of that soapbox and wish you a great afternoon. I'm recording this live as I've called out to my producer who got carried away a couple of times. But whether you're listening to it live, and I appreciate all the comments and the viewership, whether you're listening to it live or asynchronously at some other time, I appreciate you chiming in with your comments and feedback on what I could do better, what makes sense, what didn't make sense. If you want me to explain it more or whatever, I'd be happy to do that. Um, uh, you know, just put them in comments and I'll find them. So, hey
Can I
guys,
say
thanks.
one thing?
Yeah, my producer wants to jump in. You think I'm sexy?
Like crazy. And I think everyone should, if they feel led, I don't know why I feel it, but it's the music, the DJ music, the album that I feel led to throw out there is the Police, the Synchronicity album. And listen to that. Like literally just like go with it and see what happens and then come back later and tell us what you get out of it. But I don't know why, but
So
I just
imagine our exit music is the Synchronicity album by the Police or the
yeah.
Palicki. It depends on how you learned how to say it.
I don't know,
Police, Palicki, or Police. It's
right?
hard to
So
tell. It's
like if
English.
we were
It's
gonna
English.
start
You
our
can't say
DJ
it.
careering like mode, if I were just gonna like, hey, can I just ride
So
on your coattails?
DJ Stacy in the production booth, once she figures out how to edit stuff together, and we're doing this not live but recording it and then
Oh shit.
generating it out, would put the synchronicity thing on right now and let you play it. But you go play it yourself in whatever streaming service you like. We like Apple Music, we're an Apple family, but you do you and do whatever. It's available on all those streaming
But I'm
services.
old school Pandora because I have a bunch of Pandora
And she
roulette
likes
videos.
Pandora.
Hashtag
She
Pandora
likes
roulette.
Pandora, and we'll explain what Pandora Roulette is on maybe another live broadcast because
Hashtag good.
that's a engaging
I'll put a
name
fork in it.
for stuff. So yeah, put a fork in it. Remind me in the comments that you want to know what the hell Pandora Roulette is. All right, thanks guys. Have a great night or a great day or a great morning or a great afternoon. Whatever you got going on, have a great one. This is the Healed Crip signing off. Bye. You're in. We'll